A Florida school board cut off a man's microphone saying that the content he was reading was pornography as he tried to expose the materials he said were in the schools. Watch this moment, folks.
Tonight, I'm going to give a sampling from 3 books that are in our libraries, the Fleming School and the Oakleaf School. I'm going to read things. If there's children watching, cover their ears. He began to
I'm going to stop you right there, sir. I'm going to stop you right there.
Turn the microphone off.
Wow, wow. Joining me now is that father. He's also the Florida chapter president of No Left Turn in Education, Bruce Friedman. Bruce, thank you for joining us. I'm blown away. This keeps happening over and over again. So you're reading from a book that was in the school board district in one of the libraries, and they stopped you because they thought it was too aggressive for you to read in public, right?
They thought that my reading of this would be a FCC violation because it is pornographic.
Yet it'll be in a library. How old are these kids that can access this library?
School I was standing in for the meeting is the Fleming Island High School, so 9th through 12th.
Mm-hmm. And can other younger kids get into the library where some of these books can be found?
Not necessarily, but kids take books home. They have little sisters and little brothers. These things wind up getting discussed.
Bruce, you brought along one of the books that can be found in one of the libraries. Would you care to read some of the passages that they find so awful that young kids can get their hands on?
Very brief item that I intended to read when I stood up at the podium is from the book Lucky by Alice Sebold. Again, my apologies to anybody listening. Lie down, I did. Shaking, I crawled over and lay face up against the cold ground. He pulled my underpants off me roughly and bundled them into his hand. He threw them away from me and into a corner where I lost sight of them. I watched him as he unzipped his pants and let them fall around his ankles.
Bruce, hold on. We can't. I love you, and my fault. We audience, this is a family show. I mean, can you believe this, Bruce? Bruce, these young
That's not
kids
nearly the worst
are bringing this stuff home. You sent along some of the other ones that we couldn't even read, and when I thought this one might be okay, it wasn't okay. Bruce, tell us. So what happens now? What did they pull these books from the shelves of the library? How is it proceeding?
It was a policy change after I was done speaking at the end of the very same meeting. It is an interim policy change. For the next 90 days, the new policy is a parent may put in a complaint about the content of any item. The item will be immediately pulled from the shelves for review. I volunteered at that moment to serve in some capacity on the review board. Who's going to review the book? Is it the same person that put the book on the shelf in the first place? As it turns out, that's pretty much the case. There's going to be a district council. It will be composed of 6 people. I won't be any of them. Apparently, it gets broken up and 3 persons from that council get assigned the job of reviewing it. They will probably very likely be board members or Roger Daly, the chief academic officer for the county, or the media specialists who work in the libraries.
And no parents, no parents on this board that's going to decide whether this material is okay for the kids. It's all teachers and people
Parents
who are putting this crap, this garbage.
Stand up and speak for 5 minutes about their concerns. That's it. That's parental involvement.
Wow. That's unbelievable. It's so, like telling, it's
I didn't trust
system.
The prior process. I don't trust the current process.
All right, I got to go. I got 10 seconds. What are you going to do about it, Bruce?
I'm going to not be quiet until I'm satisfied. I will meet with your team and any other press that will help me spread the word. And every time we find a book, I will find more media attention until it's resolved to my satisfaction.
You do that. You have our producers' numbers and names. We want to hear about it. We don't necessarily want to read the books anymore, but we want to see your success. By the way, worked in Virginia. Now keep it going around the country. Bruce Friedman, thank you for joining us.